Peel off, press on nails is the gel equivalent to the acrylic lazy girl method. If this works, I will potentially be able to break the nail artist curse of having one cracked hand and one dog water hand. This method briefly trended on TikTok. I saw it first from Sadie. I'm recording this voiceover right now, and I go back to Sadie's page to go and find a video that I saw talking about how she did her peel off press on nails, and I find this one instead, which was not the video that I saw first.
I'm gonna do the liquid latex hack that Miss Juliet introduced to the world.
But I definitely wish I would have gone back to her page and looked up the tutorial because I did not do it correct at all. And this actually feels like the easier method. She took the advice of someone named Juliet, who coined the latex peel off method, which I wish I, first of all, had liquid latex. Second of all, just wish I would have seen it first because this was definitely the easier method. Sadie's nails popped off so easily.
This is the moment of truth. I've never done this. They should just pop right off. They're a little pink.
This video would have turned out a lot differently had I seen this first. Anyways, I know that it's liquid latex now. Back to the video. Although I know that she didn't start the trend and she made it look doable, so this is my attempt at the peel off press on nails. However, some things had to change for me, which is I don't have a good peel off base. I have a Beetles peel off base and I hate it. It's supposed to be removed with nail oil and that is incorrect. I've used it for 3 sets and now my nails are begging me to stop and I am forced to listen. Anyways, no peel off base for me. I've prepped these tips already. Let me show you real quick. I used thin clear tape and covered my whole nail with it and tried to smooth out all the wrinkles, but there was some resistance. Okay, a lot of resistance, but the dents were so small, it really shouldn't matter, or at least I thought it shouldn't matter. I took my full cover tips from Unigella and some solid nail glue from a cart and went to town attaching it to the nail like normal. Loved using solid nail glue, by the way, because it holds itself in place while I fitted it and it's easy to clip off the overflow later. However, what I couldn't clip off neatly, I also couldn't file off, which was definitely an omen for how this is going to go. Moving on, I used my favorite red gel of all time for the base on all my nails. It's that little 6-pack from Beetles that I got for my birthday. I love it so much. Use it anytime I do any red on my nails. I did about 2 coats for my preferred level of opacity, gorgeous as always, and I decided to actually finish the nail now instead of doing the base for all of the nails right away. I'm feeling spicy and adventurous today, I guess. I went in with a red-ish cat eye gel, although this definitely feels more like a maroon, right? Color is this? It's not brown, right? Well, I went in with a color similar to red and whipped out my new magnet I got a long time ago and never used because I wanted to do a water pattern, and this flower shape feels like it would be perfect if I did a bunch really close together. And I was right because it looks so good. I'm locking in a water theme for this set. So on top, I'm going to do a fishy, a dead one though. So it's just a cute little skeleton. I did a blue set similar to what I'm doing today and I'm feeling pretty confident, same as back then. I'm using my star product, the model gels, for most of the 3D sculpting. I did have to use some nail primer to get it to stick. As always, protect the skin, use gloves if you're going to touch it, and for the finer details, thin tools and isopropyl alcohol. I finish it off with some clear balls for the little air bubbles. And first nail is a success. Cute little remains. Next, my redemption arc with marble nails and blooming gels. I actually was reminded that this method of laying down gels on a palette and then running a brush through it to make a marble design, scoop it up and then lay it on the uncured blooming gel base so it spreads and looks more like a natural marble existed. And once again, what a waste, but at least it worked out incredibly well. Like, heck yeah. I decided to put a cluster of red gems in the middle to really accentuate the redness and realized this nail needs some tentacles that I will now be doing mostly off screen because it was rough. Why did you let me put suction cups on the tentacles? I mean, they really pulled the look together in the end, but those little balls took forever. For this nail, I'm thinking glitter and eyes and gold. Man, you can't go wrong with gold. It complements red so well. I'm actually breaking out my silkweed gel to do the base for the gold, and all I did was roll it out and then plop it on the nail. But for curing it, I took 2 of the gold yellow eyes and pressed it into the gel to make an indent for it. It looks more like an eyeball when it's indented into the design. I used one of my chrome powders and it isn't giving me the mirror shiny finish I wanted, so I top coated it because if you don't know, chrome looks best on a non-stick base, and a tragedy happened. Which, anytime I bring out a chrome, this happens. I've flipped 4 chromes now. I feel like I'm actually going insane, but this is what a silicone mat is for. I scoop up most of it that I can get to, flip it over, and cry about it later. For now, eyeballs. I had to put new ones over the first ones, but it's fine. And then I domed them with some clear gel, and it's super cute. Love the little demon eyes. Could definitely have done the chrome better though. However, I will not reattempt this time. Moving on, shrimp. Hate them as a food, love them as a concept. It was my number one emoji for a year and I might bring it back. And to start that off, tiny shrimp on the nail. I'm doing another glitter base and have decided, I could have done shrimp on a plate. That would have been funny. But no, I chose to do a gold frame that took me, no joke, the longest to do out of all the designs because I kept shaking. Kinda hate this nail as I was doing it, but when I did the shrimp, I think it came out so cute. It saved the look. It just looks kind of amateur, but I was definitely losing steam at this point, and those tiny details took so long, and you can't even really see them unless you're really looking. So for the pinky, glitter again, and some gems, nothing special. One nail is kind of always a throwaway nail for me, and the sacrificial nail this time is actually the pinky and not the thumb. How the tides have turned table, or something. Then finally, it is time to put them on. I have this nail glue I stole from my sister, and now I suffer. But it fits so good. Not near the cuticle though, but rough. And then I'm gonna put it in on my nail and let it dry. Oh, that came out very fast. Let it sit for like 5 seconds and then put it on my nail too. There's a lot in the tip, so I'm not gonna... How fast does this dry? Dang, I really wish it came with instructions. That would be nice. It doesn't say anything on the bottle. That's on my skin. Whoops, I definitely used way too much. What the heck? Fast dry my ass? What do you mean? Jesus. Oh my god. How are you supposed to do this? That was horrible. Oh my gosh. Well, it's still wet. Oh, geez. I don't know how you're supposed to do this. It does not feel like it's adhering at all. Yeah, so this being a success hinged entirely on this staying on for 1 week or more, and I lost the thumb twice, once a few hours later after I finished filming, and then in the night, pulling out my blankets, off came my index and thumb nail once more. This was my first attempt, but honestly, I think it also might be my last attempt. I just don't feel like this may be right for me. To begin with, I wasn't convinced gel would stick to nail glue, would stick to nail, and I was right. Also, these nail tips feel like they're made for really curved nails, and I didn't accommodate for that. Also, the tape cuffed me. I wasn't thinking about the cuticle area being sloped because that's how I applied the tape on the nail, which was sloppily because I was so confident I could just file it down from the inside, but I forgot solid nail glue doesn't like to be filed. So there were gaps, which if you want nails to last, they shouldn't have those. This was a fail, part user error, part method. I'm absolutely blaming it on that. But dang, I did a really good job with the nail art. I would have loved to wear these all week. I'm so sad this didn't work out, but for now, that's all I have. Like and subscribe if you're into that sort of thing. I don't judge. Have a good day, night, wherever you are, whenever you are, and I will see you in the next one.